Hello, weirdos. I'm one of certain reviewers' clones, and, well, you're not gonna be seeing him anymore. And I just shot the ground, but that's alright. Yeah. Just don't call the police. He's gonna be, alive. I almost said that. Don't worry, but yeah.
Hey, everyone. A certain reviewer here. Yeah, I heard him left. So, or have him leave, not left. That's the incorrect. Whatever. But yeah, since I temporarily escaped, I'll probably have to get back in there when he goes back. But let's talk about Index, huh? The thing I do every so often, you know, the review thing. Yeah, that's a thing, right? I didn't know that. But yeah. Anyway, let's get started with the prologue, okay? Alright. So we start off the prologue with Touma falling off the, no, he's being let down by Alister's clone. And surprisingly enough, Misika isn't near their vicinity, because last volume, end of last volume, she was like trying to, you know, grab Touma, but don't really see her anywhere, surprisingly enough. Maybe Kimichi just, like, forgot about her, maybe, I don't know, but, yeah, Misika's nowhere in the vicinity. Maybe she's off getting Index. In the gang. I don't know. I would think she would, considering what happens, but maybe they just, I don't know. I mean, they're West Mikado, so I feel like they're fine, but whatever. But basically, this whole prologue is essentially buy time to get into more what they're gonna do and junk, you know, until we get to the real action later. So Touma and Alister have like a cool, funny thing. Well, I say it could be Alister, but Touma does a thing where he thinks they switched bodies. Now, I personally think that maybe when Alister died, his subconscious went to the nearest clone in the vicinity. Or either that, or it could be one of those things where he wasn't the real Alister all along, ooh, or something like that. Alister was like one of the tests his female body, basically become a prostitute, and he asked Touma to have sex with them. And he's like, whoa, dirty old man, you know, basic Touma reaction. And essentially he tries to get other people to have sex with him, and Toma's like, no, don't do that, that's dumb. And the whole scene was pretty hilarious, honestly. Alister ends up activating the tower's engines even. He uses magic, surprisingly enough. It was a surprise to Touma because, you know, Kamisato wiped out the engines. Of course, Alister had a second method of launching it. I mean, come on. Launches it in his faith, the Corozon's still on it. I would think Index and the others left already. Mina Mathers is still on it. We found out she's actually kind of a robot thing, which I didn't catch last volume. Maybe it was thrown in the last volume. But yeah, she's like kind of a robot lady, cat person. Go figure. We see Aiwas, he comes back in this, and we're going to get a cool little setup versus match between a demon and a weird alien angel dragon thing. Yeah, a clash between a demon and a weird alien angel dragon thing, and I guess Aiwas gets super tough when he's in space, because that's his origin. I guess that's what they were trying to make it to be. Of course, Mathers already bailed before it even entered space, so she's fine. She survived the height fall, so yeah, she's pretty tough. Chapter 1 in it is very Hamazura focused, which granted, we haven't really been given Hamazura a lot, so I guess I can excuse this. I mean, I don't like Hamazura, but he is a good source of comedy, so... I didn't say that! I didn't freaking say that! Monster, you piece of... Okay, I calm down. I calm down now. Let's move on. So yeah, we saw off the chapter with finding out what Hamazura's been doing. Because last volume we did see him on the crane, kind of helping out, constructing the city back, very, very briefly, like very briefly. And you know, he was doing this whole thing because Mukino just has expensive taste. She likes her expensive salmon, and he's trying to get extra money to help out and stuff like that for his friends or whatever. And we find out he gets bonked on the head by cartoonish fashion, I would imagine, and the person strips him and puts on like this mechanized Doom / Halo suit. You can choose whatever your preference may be, I guess. And he's in the middle of a highway. Now, I kind of like this chapter because everything is coincidence, just on top of coincidence on top of coincidence. You know, it's like, because Hamazura wakes up, he sees the news thing, and apparently there's another criminal with a French / Spanish name, I don't know, sounds either or, and he's like, everyone's mistaken him for the criminal, because he's wearing the exact same suit, or you could say it's a Tron suit, but I've never seen Tron, so, I don't know, you could kill me, or you could criticize me for not seeing it or not, I don't know. There was that newer Tron movie, Tron Legacy, I think I saw like the first minute of that. But no big fan, not a big fan. Accelerator is searching for him because apparently the suit uses the same vector transformation, not to the heaviest godlike degree Accelerator does it, but more of a defense, just kind of auto-reflect. Accelerator ends up catching Hamazura because pretty much throughout that point, Hamazura is kind of just running away from the cops. And yeah, Accelerator freaking punches him or flicks him. I forget what he does, but either or he flies through a couple of walls and hits in a parking garage, to which he's kind of formulating a plan of what to do and whatnot. But yeah, we find out that there's a baby in the trunk that Hamazura is sitting on because he hears a baby crying, little babby. And, you know, given the history of violence in Academy City towards children, I am not surprised by this fact whatsoever. I mean, remember Rogan with the baby in the back of the seat with the window not even rolled down? I mean, sheesh. I get the majority of the city is like with students and teens. Granted, that could have been a couple of teenagers, kids or whatever, but it's like really leave the baby in the back. You don't do that. You don't do that. Okay. Of course, Hamazura being a nice person, he gets the baby and he wants to help the baby, you know, keep it away from the destruct zone. He's the safest person right now, you know. The cops are chasing after him, Accelerator's chasing after him. I don't know if Accelerator cares enough not to hurt the baby or not. He's kind of either or, you know. I would think Accelerator would care that he has a baby, not to hurt or damage it, but I don't know. But yeah, so yeah, Hamazura runs off trying to find his Mukino and Detective Sumo. Touma and Alister in this chapter, they end up finding a hotel somewhere. Not to do the sex magic that is very mentioned in this. Once again, in this universe, I don't. It's the concept of sex magic just makes me laugh. But the majority of their time together is mainly figuring a way to combat Corozon. You know, Alister ends up tells Touma to gather a bunch of household appliances, essentially, because, you know, magic's pretty simple. It doesn't require a bull's penis and, like, a bat's wing to put in a cauldron, you know? That's what I like about this universe. It's not complicated. You just get a bunch of household appliances, you can just do whatever with magic, it's fine. But, yeah, the majority of their time is mainly just setting up for the future chapters. But yeah, again, this is just mainly Hamazura focus. So yeah, Hamazura ends up fighting Takitsubo. Takitsubo doesn't recognize Hamazura because of the visor, which you would think she would, considering, like, in this type of futuristic theme places, don't you have like a thing that turns your visor on and off, like makes it black, takes it off? And Henri is in the suit. It's like, because couldn't you just make the visor, like, go black off, and you can see your face? I don't know. But, yeah, whatever. But, yeah, I thought that whole scene was kind of funny, because Hamazura tries to prove he's him by mentioning every perverted scene he's seen Takitsubo do, essentially, and which convinces Takitsubo they have cameras in their apartment, which you'd think he'd mention, like, the more important things that only they would know. Like, why don't you mention the time you ran away from Mukino in World War III? Why don't you mention the time you actually liked each other? I mean, your boyfriend, girlfriend, you can't tell me you didn't have, like, a touching moment. Maybe they never kissed. I don't freaking know. But still, you would think you'd have more touching moments than you just spouting out perverted scenes of your girlfriend's anxieties of her chest. You know? I don't. Classic Hamazura, am I right? Just classic Hamazura. But yeah, I think out of all the people, Mukino would know a little bit more about how Hamazura acts than even Takitsubo would. But no, best friends don't, you know, go off of what your other best friend is like. No, that's just no. So yeah, the baby talks too, I think. The baby just flat out just talks. it insults them. Now, I get Academy City is filled with a bunch of strange superpowered kids, and you've seen magic gods, and you've seen magic people. So a talking baby, I would think, wouldn't affect you that much. But I would think you would at least question the fact that this baby just freaking talked. But whatever. Doesn't matter. The Accelerator hasn't changed that for Hamazura because Mina Mathers confronted him. But yeah, she's able to actually freaking damage Accelerator. I thought that was kind of neat. You know, I mean, she uses kind of like a boxing, fighting thing, and she feels free because no one's telling her what to do. And honestly, Accelerator took the hit a little bit more, like, blah, 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 you know, like kind of a freak out, if anything. I mean, she is a robot cat lady, so I would guess a punch made of metal would hurt more than just like Touma's punch, for instance. But yeah, whatever. He weaponizes a leaf. That was kind of cool. He, like, freaking flicks a leaf, and it just, like a shotgun shell. You know, that was also kind of a cool thing that happened in this chapter. But yeah, in the end, they decided not to fight each other, because, in a way, it was kind of like a tie. Because she could hit him, but it would kind of go this back and forth that, you know, he didn't really appreciate. So it was like, you know what, let's just go to the arcade. I'll give you some yen, and you could punch the punching machine, which Mina Mathers almost destroys. So yeah, I thought that was really funny. But Hamazura decides to go forward. He ends up in the shopping district with copyrighted Christmas music playing and a bunch of Santa ladies, which I guess they're kind of setting the Christmas mood. I have no idea if it's snowing there. I don't think it is. But So Hamazura ends up goes like a nearby shopping place and buying stuff online for the baby. He buys him a baby bottle, baby blanket, and the baby wants a baby rattle, which I guess I believe the baby pointing to that more than in actually freaking speaking sentences or like speaking 3 words that I don't know. But the anti-skill end up catching up with him, and then they just flow a flashbang, which obviously hurts the baby. Now, honestly, I would think the baby's brain would explode if it was exposed to that kind of stuff. I don't know, maybe Hamazura was covering its ears. I don't know. So Hamazura comes out, drops the baby, lets the anti-skill cuff him. It's weird, the interrogation rooms sit more like a counselor's office than it is an actual interrogation room. Hamazura keeps telling them he can't take the suit off, which they don't believe him, and they set like this food in front of him. Someone assaults the place, which Hamazura believes is Accelerator. And then meantime, he was playing like a little block game. You know, like crap, what's it? Freaking, I don't know any block building games, what their names are called, but yeah, whatever. Here, at this moment, Hamazura hypes himself up, man. He tells himself, I'm doing it for the freaking baby, man. For the baby. For the baby, man.
Hush, little baby, don't say a word. Mama's gonna buy you a
No! So he ends up locking, plays the game, and someone attacks, and he ends up getting out. And apparently, it's the criminal. It's the La Blanca, whatever his freaking name is. He's the one attacking the office, the anti-skull office, and kind of killing people. I don't know. It's kind of a very iffy thing, and yeah, he ends up confronting Hamazura, and that's pretty much where the chapter ends, at that part anyway. We do get it in between the line where we see Aowas and Corozon fighting a little bit, but that's pretty much all we get in the meantime. So yeah, I can't wait for chapter 2. It took this particular chapter way too freaking long. Can't wait for chapter 2. I'll be reviewing that. So, tell me what you guys thought of this chapter. I'll try to hurry these up a little bit. That way it doesn't lag on for so long that my channel isn't dead. But yeah, catch you guys later. I should probably get back in. Yeah.